Good day and happy learning, everyone. I am Teacher Ranalyn, your teacher in English 5. Since we cannot have the face-to-face class, I prepared an audio-video lesson as your guide in learning a new lesson for today. But before I am going to discuss the new topic, kindly have with you a paper and a pencil so that you can easily respond to the activities given. Fasten your seatbelt, and together, let's explore identifying stereotypes. Bear in mind the objectives of our lesson. At the end of this module, you should be able to recognize four common types of stereotypes such as gender, age, racial, and social class. Identify gender, age, racial, and social class stereotypes in sentences, and develop respect and tolerance on the perspective of others. Are you ready now to our new lesson? Okay. Last time, you have learned about what is point of view and its common examples. Let us have a short review now. Instruction. Read each sentence that contains an example of a stereotype and identify the point of view used. A sample sentence with an answer is provided below. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. So this is the example. Americans make a lot of money, so they are rich. A. First person point of view. B. Second person point of view. C. Third person point of view. And the answer is letter C. Third person point of view. And your clue there is the narrator uses the pronoun they, as if he or she tells the readers about the feelings or thoughts of the characters. Now it's your turn. Be ready with your pencil and paper. Number 1. You're good at household chores because you are a girl. A. First person point of view. B. Second person point of view. Letter C. Third person point of view. And the correct answer is second person point of view. It's because the author uses pronoun you as though the reader is the character in the story. So if you are the one who is reading the story, as if you are the character. Number 2. We can become fashion models if we are thin. A. First person point of view. B. Second person point of view. Letter C. Third person point of view. What do you think is the answer? Da-da-da. And the correct answer is letter A. You're correct. First person point of view. It's because the narrator uses the pronoun we. The narrator is one of the characters in the story because he or she uses the pronoun we. Next, do you get the correct answer? So far, how many scores you got? Number 3. Brando's co-workers do not obey him. They say that he is too young to be their boss. A. First person point of view. B. Second person point of view. C. Third person point of view. And the correct answer is letter C. Third person point of view. Excellent. Third person, since the narrator is not the character. He or she tells the feeling or thoughts of the character. So your clue there is the pronoun you. Number 4. For sure, you are from Visayas because of your accent when you speak Tagalog. A. first person point of view, B. Second person point of view, C. Third person point of view. What do you think is the answer? And the correct answer is letter B. Second person point of view. And your clue there is the author is using the pronoun you. You as though the reader is the character in the story. Next, number 5. Number 5. Alberto must be a genius. He is studying in University of the Philippines. A. First person point of view. B. Second person point of view. Letter C. Third person point of view. And the correct answer is letter C. Third person point of view. The narrator is not the character. He or she tells the thought or the feeling of the character in the story. That is why he or she uses the pronoun he. So that is your clue there. Okay, now, before I introduce to you the poem entitled Gender Stereotypes, there are words that may be difficult for you to understand. So let us try to guess the meaning of these difficult words. Directions. Match the underlined words in column A with their definitions in column B. 1. Women clean and men make bucks. You can also look at the pictures on the right as your clue. A. Brave or without fear. B. An unfair and unreasonable opinion or feeling. C. Having no doubt or knowing exactly that something is true. D. Favoring of some ideas or people over others. E. Dollars and money. Number 2. Women are quiet, men are bold. A. Brave or without fear. B. An unfair and unreasonable opinion or feeling. C. Having no doubt or knowing exactly that something is true. D. Favoring of some ideas or people over others. Letter A. Dollars or money. So try to guess now. Number 3. We all have certain jobs to hold. What do you mean by the word certain? A. Brave or without fear. B. An unfair and unreasonable opinion or feeling. C. Having no doubt or knowing exactly that something is true. D. Favoring of some ideas or people over others. Letter E. Dollars or money. Let's proceed now to number 4. 4. All the biases were showing. What do you mean by biases? A. Brave or without fear. B. An unfair and unreasonable opinion or feeling. C. Having no doubt or or knowing exactly that something is true. D. Favoring of some ideas or people over others. Letter E. Dollars or money. Number 5. All the prejudice and pain. What do you mean by prejudice? A. Brave or without fear. B. An unfair and unreasonable opinion or feeling. C. Having no doubt or knowing exactly that something is true. D. Favoring of some ideas or people over others. Letter A. Dollars or money. Okay, do you have now the answers from 1 to 5? Let us now check your answers. For number 1, bucks means dollars or money. So you've got the correct answer. If you've got the correct answer, congratulations. If not, congratulations. Now you know the answers. For number 2, women are quiet, men are bold. The answer, the meaning of bold is brave or without fear. That is why I am using the picture of Manny Pacquiao, because he is such a great example of being brave. Number 3, we all have certain jobs to hold. What do you mean by certain? The correct answer is having no doubt or knowing exactly that something is true. So you have no doubt. That's look at the picture. It's correct. You have no doubt. Next for number 4. All the biases were showing. What do you mean by biases? The correct answer is letter D. Favoring of some ideas or people over the others. Naaday kay gipalabon. Bias. You are a bias. Next, number 5. All the prejudice and pain. What do you mean by prejudice? Letter B. An unfair and unreasonable opinion or feeling. So, if you've got 5 scores, congratulations. You did a very good job. Now, let's proceed. Listen as I am going to read a poem written by H.K. Tin entitled Gender Stereotypes. Gender Stereotypes. Girls wear pink and boys wear blue. We're told exactly what to do. Women clean and men make box. Girls have dolls and boys have trunks. Girls cry more and boys just fight. Girls are sweet and guys have minds. Women are quiet, men are bold. We all have certain jobs to hold. Women live, but men survive. Guys are picked as best to drive. Girls are clean and men are dirty. Boys are strong and girls are flirty. We go through life never knowing all the biases we're showing, all the prejudice towards men and women with no gain. We need to go the extra length and notice that we all have strength. Now it's your turn to read the poem. You can pause the video if you would like. So start now. Based from the poem Gender Stereotypes, what color do girls wear according to the poem? A. Blue. B. Pink. C. White. Letter D. Orange. And the correct answer is letter B. Pink. Number 2. What does line 3 mean? So line 3 is women clean and men make box. So what do you mean by that line? A. Women are hired by men to clean. B. Men have more money than women. C. Women clean the mess made by men. Letter D. Women are cleaners while men are money makers. So what do you think is the answer? And the correct answer is letter D. Women are cleaners while men are money makers. Do you agree to that statement? Do you think it's biased or it is fair? Next, number 3. Who are considered dirty in the poem? A. Girls. B. Dolls. C. Men. Letter D. Trunks. And the correct answer is men. So, diba, according to line number 3 there, girls are clean and men are dirty. So, therefore, men is considered as dirty in the poem. Do you agree with what lines 1 and 12 are saying about boys and girls? Now, line number 1 is, girls wear pink and boys wear blue. Line number 12, boys are strong and girls are flirty. A. Yes, because that is what girls and boys do. B. No, because the descriptions are unfair and untrue. C. Yes, because that is what I heard from the neighbors. Letter D. No, because I am not sure about the descriptions. And the correct answer is letter B. No, because the descriptions are unfair and untrue. If you are a girl, do you like to be called as flirty? What do you think? Number 5. Which word below is associated with unfair and untrue comments or statements? A. Compliment. B. Insult. C. Stereotype. Letter D. Point of view. And the correct answer is, what is your answer? The correct answer is letter C. Stereotype. So use the clue, huh? When you say stereotype, unfair and untrue comments. The descriptions or comments which contain a fixed, overgeneralized belief about a particular group or class of people and how they should behave is what we call a stereotype. saying that girls should be assigned to work in the kitchen all the time and that boys should be given the more difficult work all the time is not correct. How would you know if a girl also likes to work in the field or if a boy also wants to cook if they are labeled to do only the tasks that have been accorded to their gender? Do you think all girls would like only to stay at home and do household chores? Do you think all boys would want to work outside under the heat of the sun and carry heavy objects all the time? Knowing about stereotypes can help you develop respect and tolerance on the perspective of others. By knowing, you will be able to avoid saying comments or opinions that may be offensive and also understand why people are mistakenly labeled in a certain way. And by doing so, we notice that we all have strength. That is why we have no right to judge to others. 4 common types of stereotypes. 1. Age stereotypes. These are erroneous beliefs about infants, children, teens, adults, and elderly, and others. Example, children are choosy when it comes to food. So that is a negative stereotype. Not all children are picky when it comes to food. Where in fact, there are also adults who are picky when it comes to food. Number 2 is racial stereotypes. These are incorrect beliefs about the characteristics of a race. For example, African Americans are the toughest boxers. Though it is a positive stereotype, but it doesn't mean that it is positive. It is good, whether positive or negative stereotypes, both statement is being prejudiced, unfair, and biased. Why? Because there are a lot of Mexican boxers who are good in boxing. Aside from Mexican, there are also Filipino who are who excel in boxing. To clearly understand the outcome, if we just disregard the importance of understanding stereotype, let us try to reflect on the video about how coronavirus impacted the life of Asian people. Kindly now watch the video.
How has coronavirus impacted your business?
Tremendous.
Ken Lam's family has owned a popular New York City dim sum restaurant for more than 4 decades.
You've been through SARS, you've been through swine flu.
Yes.
Is coronavirus different when it comes to business?
Yes. And then when you talk about swine flu and H1N1, we didn't feel anything at all.
Lam says he's lost $1.5 million and business is down around 50%.
What do you think the reason is?
The reason is because Chinese started the coronavirus, but they're just scared to get infected by Chinese people.
And they think Chinese people are at a Chinese restaurant?
Yes, yes.
And it's not just at restaurants.
You haven't heard of the coronavirus?
So, what does that have to do with us?
Last month, a man posted videos on Facebook that appear to show employees at 2 hotels in Indiana turning him away.
So no Asians can stay here. Why is that? Because of virus.
CBS News reached out to the alleged victim but did not hear back. Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, which owns both hotels, said in a statement they are deeply troubled by these incidents as they are not reflective of our values or our expectations of franchisees, and they're treating this matter seriously. The racism has also surfaced in classrooms. In Madison, Wisconsin, school officials say there's been comments made toward Asian students, and they're working to stop those responsible.
And really seizing that moment to educate that student so they understand that their words have meaning and can be hurtful.
It's not just in the U.S. Asians around the world have reported discrimination linked to coronavirus.
He shouted, I don't want your coronavirus in my country.
Jonathan Mock is a student from Singapore studying in London. He told the BBC he was walking down the street last week when 4 people attacked him.
Actually, such a serious problem that has plagued us for a very long time.
There's also been apparent attacks in New York City, posted on social media.
I want him under me. Tell him to move.
Peter Koo is a councilman in Flushing, Queens, a predominantly Asian neighborhood.
Asian Americans are just like other Americans. We are all susceptible to virus.
In other major cities across the country, politicians have tried to combat racism and misinformation.
There's been a lot of xenophobia against folks who are part of our Asian community.
Showing support at rallies and by dining in restaurants. But Lamb worries the road to recovery is a long one.
It sounds like corona is crippling businesses. It's crippling communities.
It is.
Do you think the damage is done?
The damage is already done. It's already done.
Lamb told us business continues to drop every day, and he doesn't think they have seen the worst of it yet. The New York State Assembly just passed a measure that allows the governor to direct emergency funds to small businesses impacted by coronavirus.
Nice.
Number 3. Gender stereotypes. These are overgeneralization of characteristics and attributes of a certain group based on their gender. Example, girls should be assigned to work in the kitchen all the times and that boys should be given more difficult work all the time. So this is a negative stereotype. Okay. So number 4 is social class stereotypes. These are also inaccurate beliefs about the characteristics of a social class. Often, this is related to how rich or poor people are or what education achievement one has reached. Stay away from the ghoul. He is only a high school graduate. That is example of negative stereotype.